Hi guys, welcome to a new location, episode 4 of the last season of the Belgium travel vlog series. Today we visit a small but unique place in Belgium, but also in Europe. We are going to visit the African quarter of Brussels, Matonge. But before that we are taking a stop at the Royal Museum for Central Africa in Tervuren, 20 minutes away from the Matonge district. Let's go! And here you have the Africa Palace. And I parked my car somewhere there. It's a 5-minute walk. And there you have the beautiful building of the museum. So the Royal Museum for Central Africa, since 2018 also called the Africa Museum and in the past also called the Congo Museum, is one of the 11 scientific federal institutions in Belgium. It is located here in Tervuren in the Park of Tervuren east of Brussels. The museum is also called the last colonial museum in the world. The museum, which is one of the most visited museums in Belgium, houses exceptional collections from former colonies in Central Africa. Look how beautiful this garden is behind the museum. Now let's check it out. So here's the entry of the museum, and I looked up, it's 13 euros for an adult.
Spark shock to my heart, see my blood rush running. Staring at my hands and making big
So that was a very beautiful and interesting museum, and beautifully surrounded by the nature here. But before we are going to the Matonge district, let's have a seat and enjoy the beautiful view, the nature around Brussels. So while I sit here and take a rest, let me tell you something about the history between Belgium and Congo, because there is a lot to say about it. On February 5th, 1885, the Belgian King Leopold II established the Congo Free State by brutally seizing the African land as his personal property. Rather than controlling Congo as a colony, as other European powers did throughout Africa, Leopold privately owned the region. But you know, colonizing other people, regardless of the justification, is just so wrong. The people being colonized are robbed by their land, resources and freedom. Leopold financed a development project with money loaned to him by the Belgian government. The king's stated goal was to bring civilization to the people of Congo, located in Central Africa. But Leopold's rule over the Congo Free State became infamous for its brutality. The people of Congo were forced to labor for valuable resources, including rubber and ivory, in order to personally enrich Leopold. Estimates vary, but approximately half of the Congolese population died from punishment and malnutrition. Many more suffered from diseases and torture. Of those who were not killed, many were punished with amputation of a hand or a foot. But the Congolese people didn't suffer these injustices without fighting back. Several uprisings were ruthlessly suppressed under Leopold's leadership. As the reality and suffering within the Congo Free State became more widely known, many Europeans spoke out against these abuses. Demonstrations and protests demanded that Leopold put an end to the human rights violations in the Congo Free State. In 1908, international pressure forced the king to transfer the Congo Free State to the country of Belgium. The newly named Belgian Congo remained a colony until the Democratic Republic of the Congo gained independence in 1960. Now let's go to the car and have a stroll around the Matonge district. Matonge, the African quarter of Brussels, was the first safe haven of arrival for Congolese people in the late 50s. It's a district in the Brussels municipality of Ixelles. The district is sometimes also called Little Kinshasa. The quarter grew into the cultural and economic center for African youth, fell into disrepair and is now looming gentrification. So let's explore this quarter of Matonge and stroll around for a bit. The statue Au-delà de l'Espoir was placed in Matonge in 2007. After the Congolese elections, there were demonstrations against President Kabila in December 2011, which also resulted in riots here. So I just found myself a nice, quiet, peaceful place to sit. So I can tell you a little bit about the history of Matonge. After the independence of Congo in 1960, Congolese people began to settle in Brussels, which had hardly happened before. They were often students or diplomats, but also traders such as Jean Lubanda, who named his fabric shop Matonge after the busy commercial district in Kinshasa. Matonge, the name of the shop, was transferred to the Ixelles district, where in the 1960s people of African, mainly Congolese, descent met in clubs and bars. Over the years, the district has become a mix of well-to-do students and poorer refugees and students. The local shops focus mainly on African customers. Originally only Congolese people visited the district. Later other Africans followed from Burundi, Mali, Rwanda and Senegal. In the 90s, Matonge gradually changed from a nightlife district to the first place of arrival for African immigrants. Matonge gained a bad reputation due to the increase in crime. The shooting of Monga Fololo by the police on February 15 in 2001 led to riots. Local policing was deployed and the local organization Conservatoire Bayaya also contributed to the upgrading of Matonge. So look at this beautiful church. In Matonge you will find many barbers, cosmetic shops, money transfers, African fast food restaurants, bars, travel agencies, evangelical churches and shops with tropical fruits and vegetables spilling out onto the street. They attract not only Africans from all over Belgium, but also from the Netherlands, northern France and western Germany. This area is unique. Such a strong concentration of African activities like here is unmatched in Europe. Matonge also has a bad reputation in the last years, where shops are looted every week, but no one dares to say anything. The locals are just saying they are waiting for another death. Rival gangs, homeless people, rape, drugs and violence. These are just a few problems that occur in this neighborhood. According to local traders, drug addicts and dealers have free reign. There is no change because they have fear for reprisals. They no longer dare to open their mouth. From here all the way in the east of Matonge, it's only 500 meters to the European Parliament of Brussels. So it's 1 hour before dark. Let's get back to the car where I'll make my conclusion about the district of Matonge. So we are taking the metro back to the car. So guys, I'm back in the car. The question of today: is it safe to walk through the African quarter of Brussels? During the day I would say yes, it is safe. Although when it gets darker, the safe feeling disappears a bit, especially on the main street of Matonge, Chaussée de Wavre. There is more youth outside and they don't appreciate me walking around with my camera, I guess. Another thing I'd recognize during my walk through this district today was catcalling. Groups of young African people that are standing in the middle of the sidewalk, so it's difficult to pass them. I saw the catcalling to a woman with 2 different groups, but there was one group who did it to 5 different women in less than 5 minutes. So I can understand that they are feeling intimidated. The quarter was also very dirty, like in almost every other municipality in Brussels. Is Matonge as a tourist worth a visit? I don't think so. If you have time enough in Brussels, maybe you can have a quick stroll, because it's still a unique place in Europe. But you're not missing out on something if you skip it. The Africa Museum in Tervuren, on the other hand, is definitely worth a visit. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe to support my channel, and I will see you again in another location. Ciao!
If you send me the location, then I'll be right there.